Hey, Coach, man, what time is it?
Oh, Slim, you know what time it is. 6 o'clock, straight up and down. It's HomeSpun Sports with Coach John Montgomery. Sports talk with a twist of down-home wisdom. Welcome. We are so glad you are here. Once more and again, you have tuned in to HomeSpun Sports. It's sports style with just a twist of down-home wisdom. I am your host, John W. Montgomery II, a.k.a. John 2. I'm right here, good old Houston, Texas. Up there in Del City, Oklahoma. What's up there, Slim? What's up there, Slim?
What's going on, Coach? How you doing, man?
Oh, man. I'm full of fluid and ready to do it because I'm used to it. But, man, Slim, dude, we're so honored to have a man who heads a football program that is special in my heart and generationally special in my heart, and I'm going to get to that. But without any further ado, let's bring on the head football coach, Prairie View A&M University Panthers, Coach Bubba McDowell.
Yes, sir.
What's up,
That's what I'm talking about.
How you doing, Coach?
I'm good, Slim. How you doing, my brother?
Can't call it, man. Fantastic. Thanks for being on the show, Coach. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
PV, you look so good to me. Bubba, man, let me tell you, bro. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know you busy because I know you know what's right down the road next Saturday. And we're going to chop it up on that. But, man, I got to tell you, man, when we talk about Prairie View, brother, that's a place that ever since I could walk, I was dear to my heart. My dad and mom, John and Doris Montgomery, met on the campus of Prairie View A&M University. Dated and were married 56 years. My dad, first team All-American, Pittsburgh Courier, Kansas City Call, and the Chicago Defender.
Okay.
Lived to be 97 years old and said until the day he died, I ain't never sat on the bench. But, man, let me tell you something, partner. When you say, Dear Prairie View, our song to thee we raise, in gratitude, we sing our hymn of praise, brother, that place special to me.
Absolutely.
So, Coach, from the U to Prairie View,
Yeah.
tell us about your journey.
Oh man, it definitely was a journey. You know, again, finishing up my career after I left the Houston Oilers with a knee injury. Then they shipped me up to Carolina Panthers in their inaugural season there when they came into the league along with Jacksonville Jaguars. Then 96, fast forward to 96 summer, had to get out of the game because of my Achilles tendon. Went to Philly, first preseason game, tore it then, popular at that point. So at that point, it was just basically me just trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. Alonzo Highsmith got asking me, go over to TSU at the time. And I'm like, nah, can't do it at the time. Yeah, because I always said I'd never get into coaching. Not because of a TSU. I just knew that at the time I was getting ready to have some kids and just had Trey. And I'm like, man, there's no way. I know this coaching business would be in meetings all day, office all day. Didn't want to do that to him. Well, long and behold, I started training, athletes, getting them ready for some athletes, getting them ready for pro level, and some kids getting them ready for their upcoming high school year. So finally bit the bug after training Daniel Manning. Yeah, me and Daniel had a good training relationship. Ken Hamlin, we had a good training relationship. Then right after that, it kind of hit me, Alonzo told me, hey, man, try it again, man. So I went on volunteer at TSU for 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Paul did 4 years, and then under Bill Thomas, then Steve Wilson came in, left to go over to U of H under Browse for a year before he left and went to Baylor. Then my transition from U of H to Willow Ridge for 2 years, and then I left Willow Ridge and went to Coach Northern, brought me in over at Prairie View, and I've been there ever since. This is my 12th year there to right now. So,
Bubba, Heist brought you to PV?
yes, sir, he did. Yeah.
Well, see, Heist and I were office mates at Morehouse College when we worked for Doug Williams.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Heist Northern, good man.
Really
Heist
good.
brought
Yes, sir.
the Bubba, man. You played Grambling. They're on your schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And at the Orange Blossom Classic, at his press conference, Deion Sanders standing up on the stage with Willie Simmons, who's his opponent in this Orange Blossom Classic. And Deion is talking about how HBCUs got to change their way of thinking. And HBCUs got to start leveraging these TV
TV deals,
networks to have the kind of funds and do the things that FBS schools are doing. And then Deion Sanders said that not everybody thinks like that. And Hugh Jackson thinks like that. And Eddie George thinks like that. And Willie Simmons thinks like that. Bubba, do you think like that?
Let's put it on the record. Bubba McDowell think like that as well, because he's absolutely right. I mean, in order for us to compete with the FCS, bigger schools, Southland, we need those TV funders, And right now, a lot of guys haven't kind of bounced back. And I say guys, meaning HBCUs haven't really bounced back after the pandemic when it first hit. So all those new revenues come in, however we get them in, it's going to benefit us, and I say us, the university, the HBCU. So if we can just get those corporate fundings, it would definitely help us out quite a bit.
Man, Bubba, Prairie View has so much to offer a young man. Great school of nursing.
Yes, sir.
Great school of engineering. And on location alone, when you look at 45 minutes out of Houston, Texas, and it's still, when I was at PV, when you were driving on Highway 290, and you better be careful at night because you might hit a deer because it was in the woods at that time. But now Houston has grown out but it's still serene out there, man.
Yeah.
Appropriately named Prairie View, no question.
Absolutely.
But man, great facilities, man. That stadium, that locker room. Mm-hmm. Y'all got something to show a kid, Bubba.
Coach, we got a lot to show. And as you mentioned, the engineering, the nursing, the business, architect, we got it all out there. And the one thing I always tell my coaches, man, look, we can just get these kids on campus. I believe like 90% of the time we got them, even till this day, Coach and Slim, people don't know what Prairie View is. They're like, Prairie View, who, where? And then when they get on campus, like, wow, when they leave, they are astonished about the facility, about the grounds, the upkeeping. It's one of the most beautiful campuses, again, in HBCU and even in college to this day, So we can get them on campus, my brother. I promise we got a greater chance of closing the deal with a lot of these athletes.
Absolutely, man. I tell you, man, that mini dome, the Billy Nix mini dome.
Yes, sir.
Billy Nix was I knew him and met him on several occasions as a freshman. He would size me up and let me know in a hurry. I wasn't near about the player my dad was. and he was right.
Yes, sir.
And he was right. But yeah, man, the Billy Nix mini dome. But then, man, Bubba, when you walk in that football facility and you come into that room, that balcony area that overlooks that end zone and that meeting room, man, I looked up in there and I saw Zelmo Beatty and I saw Ken Houston and I saw Coach Hoover Wright and Barbara Jacket. A lot of people don't know, Slim. Prairie View had coaches on their staff that coached in the Olympic Games.
Amen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive. Bubba, man, before we let you get out of here, brother, I know you're busy. Problem. Bubba, in the HBCU endeavor, the number one thing you got to give these young men is hope. And I know you know that's right?
Absolutely, Coach.
Got to be. Them kids got to see Bubba McDowell in themselves.
Absolutely. And that's what I tell them, Coach, all the time. You know, I've been there, I've done it, I've seen it. And I'm not, bragging on me, but who better to teach you guys how to get there, how to navigate through college, through these ups and downs, and get you to where you need to be,
Ain't no question.
No question, Coach. And,
Ain't no
that's
question,
what I'm about.
Those young men have to say they see themselves, they see Bubba McDowell in themselves. And if Bubba McDowell can be a success, then I can be a success. And that don't matter athletics, whatever endeavor you choose, academics, whatever, it makes no difference. Got to instill hope. So my brother, before I let you go, having said that, we're going to flip the script, because this Saturday, I need you to do me one solid, Bubba McDowell. Don't let them TSU Tigers have any hope. Yes. Any hope. When hit them TSU Tigers in the mouth early and often. Do me that one solid. Take any hope away that they got a chance to win. This will be, y'all whip that ass this year, y'all, this be 9 straight years, right?
Yes, 8. It'll be 8, yes, sir.
Be 8 straight.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, listen, hey, Bub, I know this is bulletin board material, but I don't care. It ain't a kid, Bubba, it ain't a kid on your team that done lost to Texas Southern, and it ain't a kid on Texas Southern team that done beat Prairie View.
There you go, Coach. There you go.
Just so Slim don't like that. Oh, Slim don't like that.
Had to go there, didn't you? You had to go there, Coach.
Okay, Bubba, do me that one solid, man. Take any hope away. Okay, would you do that for me, man?
All right, man. Coach, I'm gonna do my very best, man. In order for us to have a chance with TSU, we're gonna have to do that often on that field for 4 quarters.
I hear you, man. Well, just
Good
know,
team.
bro. Just do know this. I am pulling and praying for you, man. God bless you, brother. All the best, man, to you and them PV Panthers.
I appreciate that, Coach. Appreciate it, Slim.
No problem, Coach. No
man,
problem.
Brother, glad to have you, man. Glad to have you, brother. Thanks.
Anytime.
Go PV. Go
Anytime.
PV.
Take care, Coach.
Take care, sir.
Take care, bro. Oh,
you had to.
Say what?
You had to, huh? You had to. You had to, bro. Bro, let me tell you something, bro. I put in some time at that place. Your pawpaw and your granny put in some time. In fact, and before we get to the pickings, Buster and Amanda Montgomery raised 7 boys and 2 girls. All right? Every one of them went to Prairie View. Every last one of them, homie. So that place is very, very special to me, no question. And now, without any further ado, it's time for Slim's Pickings.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
By August 30th at 4 p.m., all 32 teams in the National Football League must have their rosters down to 53 players. Now, there are 4 young men from historically black colleges and universities that are not only making a name for themselves, but are looking to make a lasting career in the NFL. First on the list is Joshua Williams from Fayetteville State University. Taken with the 135th pick overall, Joshua Williams at 6'3", 200 pounds, long,
and is quick and impressed Andy Reid and the Kansas City coaching staff. Now, we didn't have a lot of time to sit down with, the head football coach at South Carolina State, Buddy Pugh, who is very busy right now with his upcoming schedule. But he did have time to sit down and tell with us the success story of Jacoby Durant, who came to South Carolina State as a walk-on, but made Defensive Player of the Year in the MEAC. 6'3", 180 pounds. This kid is gritty and he's tough. And finally, the last two undrafted free agents. First on the list, Marquise Bell of FAMU. Now, even if Marquise does not make his respective team, well, let me tell y'all something. This kid's game definitely belongs in the NFL, and he has proven that. Last and certainly not least, Shamar from Fort Valley State University. Immediately jumped off the page. I mean, he impressed everybody early on in camp. He also did work in that preseason game versus the Arizona Cardinals.
Huntley lobs into the end zone, and it is pulled down for a touchdown. Shamar Bridges.
Good luck, young men. Stay tuned, sports fans. And that's Slim's Pickens.
That's a hell of a job. Yeah, Slim, man, as these rosters trim down, I think it would not surprise me if by the end of the season, Joshua Williams is not a starter. I caught some of their last exhibition game. I was very, very impressed with him. And that kid, Shamar Bridges, just jumped off the TV. Oh. And he made some big time catches. And I'm gonna tell you something. Shamar Bridges has proven that he can play somewhere in the NFL. Now, I don't know what John Harbaugh gonna do, but I do know this. Lamar Jackson, while he is a great player, Lamar Jackson, he ain't Dan Marino. He ain't Tom Brady. He's not a pinpoint passer. Great athlete, no question. But Shamar Bridges can make plays on the ball, and that's what he demonstrated in that exhibition game against the Cardinals. He went up and got that ball and made some big-time high-point catches. And great player that Lamar Jackson is, Lamar Jackson need guys that are going to catch it in the general vicinity. Okay, because he got a lot of sterling qualities, but he ain't never been and never will be known as no prolific pinpoint passer.
Passer.
No, that ain't his strength.
That ain't his strength.
And I tell you what, man, and Buddy was real busy, but Buddy Pugh getting ready to get them South Carolina State Bulldogs ready to play Central Florida. And
yep.
But I appreciate, Buddy, you taking the time to drop that little nugget on me. And we pulling and praying for Jacoby to make that to make the Rams. No question about it. I tell you, and another thing, Slim, that boy Marquise Bell.
Yeah.
See, Buddy Pugh also talked about this. I may not get a player that's a 4 or a 5 star, because when we had John Harbaugh on the show a few weeks ago, I sent John some text messages prior to the draft. John, you take Kyle Hamilton. Take Kyle Hamilton. Well, they didn't take Kyle Hamilton. They didn't take it. Well, they did take him, but they didn't take him because I said so. But I knew it would be a good fit for what they do schematically. And Kyle Hamilton, 6'3", 230 pounds. He can play in space. He's physical. Same thing Marquise Bell can do with the Dallas Cowboys, and the Dallas Cowboys getting Marquise Bell a whole lot cheaper than
the Ravens got Kyle Anderson
and Kyle Hamilton. No question about it. So that's going to be very interesting. What these HBCU rookies as these rosters trim down. Yeah, man. I'm excited about that.
So, Coach, Major League Baseball, got to break that down. In the AL East, the Yankees up 8.5 games over the Tampa Bay Rays. AL Central, Cleveland's up 2.5 games over the Twins. In the West, Beloved Stros up 11 games over Seattle. NL East, the Mets up 3 games over Atlanta. In the Central, St. Louis is up 6.5 games over the Brewers. And in the West, in the NL West, the Dodgers up 18.5 games over San Diego. I'm pretty sure at this point, Coach, it's safe to say that the NL West and the AL West are pretty much locked up.
Yeah. The AL West look like the Stros, 11-game lead. That pitching holds up, no question. The Dodgers are just running away with that National League West. So those wild card berths, Slim, could be more competitive than the league leading braces. Big thing to me, if you look at the teams in it as we come down to the Fall Classic, and I'm pulling for the Stros, I don't miss my position on it. But the reason that I'm riding them Astros, Slim, is of all them teams that you mentioned, all 6 of those teams that are leading those divisions, the best ace, without question, Justin Verlander. The best ace of all of them. And if that Astro pitching holds up, I don't worry about them in the bats. They got Jordan Alvarez. They got Altuve. They got Sticks. They got Bregman. They got bats. These teams, as it comes down the stretch, who's got pitching? Who's got the pitching? That's what it's going to come down to.
I think it's going to be a definite that NL East, Coach, between Atlanta and the Mets. I think that's where the wild card. That's where the battle is definitely going to be.
Could be. But I tell you what, though, man. And the thing about it is, in the Astros, Dusty Baker, he's already a Hall of Fame manager, Mildred. He's already a Hall of Fame manager.
22 years, Coach.
In the league, only major league manager who has taken 4 different teams to the playoffs. Only one.
Ain't won one yet.
And he ain't won one yet. So is he going to be? Will history define Dusty Baker as being the Marv Levy, Major League Baseball Marv Levy?
Yeah, who took the Buffalo Bills to 4 straight Super Bowls and didn't win one. How about Bud Grant, Coach, and took the Vikings to 3 straight Super Bowls and didn't win one?
Yeah. 3 of them, and then no Lombardi Trophy. And I'm pulling for Dusty Baker to get. He needs a title to vindicate his Hall of Fame career. He's a Hall of Famer, no question about it. But he needs a title, no question. Mm-hmm. Hey, Slim, he ain't the Lone Ranger. Charles Barkley, no title. Elgin Baylor, no title.
Allen Iverson, no title.
Allen Iverson, thank you.
No title.
No title. Hey, the Chicago Cubs, Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks, no title. So,
Jesus.
Hall of Famer, yes, indeed. But Dusty Baker needs a world championship to put the cherry on the sundae.
That's what it is, Coach. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And college football, Coach, kicked off in a major way. Week 0, as they call it, in college football started on yesterday. Nebraska versus Northwestern. They played it in Ireland. Scott Frost was looking to get off to a great start, but they lost the game to Northwestern 31-28.
Mm-hmm.
I think the controversial play in that, Coach, was definitely the onside kick.
I'm the workhorse. Put it on my shoulders and run like that is going to give him even more of the workload.
Oh, and an onside kick. Northwestern is on it.
You think?
I mean, Coach, 28-17, you up, you trying to close the game. Yeah, but
No, it's Slim. Ain't no yeah. But then again, okay. You're 12-point favorite to win the game. Okay. You up 28-17. Okay. You get a wild hair up your fanny and you do something stupid. Bottom line. And let me tell you something. I don't critique coaches. As a coach, that ain't kosher to do. Okay. Because at the end of the day, there are too many intangibles that speak as to why one guy won and the other guy lost. that ain't really got that much to do with your ability to coach the game. Okay, so as coaches, it ain't cool to critique coaches. Fans, whole nother story. That's your ticket. That's your television you sitting in front of. If you want to cheer, boo, you flip me the bird, raspberry, that's your business. But on this case, I'm going to make an exception. And here's why.
Okay.
He just came. I saw the releases, press releases. He critiquing now his offensive coaches. Okay, Scott Frost. After this debacle, you were up 28-17. You did something stupid. You never scored another point. This was a football team that you beat last year, 56-7. You were a 12-point favorite.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey. And he says in his press conference when he was asked, are you just going to throw in the towel and quit? You might well quit.
You might as well quit.
Because you're walking dead. But that's okay. But he says, no, I'm going to stay and fight with these guys. Well, he's lying. He's lying. Because let me tell you something. If you have some fight in you, there's a documentary called Lawrence Phillips running for his life. It was on Showtime. Watch it. In this documentary, it clearly points out that on, I don't know what night it was, but it was in the wee hours of the morning. Lawrence Phillips, rest in peace, went to Scott Frost's apartment, knocked on the door looking for somebody that he thought was inside. No answer when he knocked on the front door. He goes around to the back, climbs up on Scott Frost's patio, pulls himself up on Scott Frost's patio, bogarts through his back door, finds who he's looking for, a young lady, takes her out the front door, whipping and dragging her by her hair down a flight of steps. Now, Slim, this is well documented. 2 ladies described this from firsthand eyewitness account of what happened.
Yep.
Never in the whole documentary does it give any account of any confrontation, physical confrontation between Scott Frost and Lawrence Phillips. And this dude come up in your house. Now, Slim, before I let this go, I'm 68 years old. Well, be 68 September the 4th.
Amen.
I ain't coached it down since 2016, and I saw that. How many of them Nebraska Cornhusker football players probably seen this documentary? I mean, ain't nobody stupid. You putting 2 and 2 together, man. How can this man teach me about courage, discipline, and toughness after seeing this?
How to be a man in just general, Coach.
Thank you.
What man let another man walk in his crib?
Hey, I'm off that, but hey, yeah, okay, all right. Move on to the next mountain.
In the National Football League, Coach, the AFC West. Now, we didn't come up with all different titles for these divisions, but for the AFC West, how about the Gunslingers and the Defense Rest?
Okay, so, that's what you're calling this one.
That's what I'm calling this one.
The Defense Rest, you know.
Okay.
Kansas City got Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Denver Broncos got Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
The Raiders got Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm.
And the Chargers got Justin Herbert.
Yeah, man. And some sure enough good offensive minds in that. Josh McDaniel back in the head coaching position again. You know, this is the guy who mentored and gurued and coached Tom Brady, won all them world titles at New England. And so it's going to be some fireworks go off. Nathaniel Hackett got the new location for Russell Wilson. I'm excited. Kansas City had the cheetah. Now they ain't got the cheetah.
Yep.
But they got Juju Smith-Schuster, and they got other weapons. And Kansas City is going to be like, okay, you like sweets. Kansas City with the cheetah, okay? They were cherry pie.
Sweet cherry pie.
Now the cheetah's gone, they're going to be pecan pie. It's still going to be a good pie. It just ain't going to be no cherry pie. But Kansas City going to be explosive because they have Patrick Mahomes. And they have a brilliant offensive mind in Andy Reid. So, Slim, it ain't no question the AFC West is going to be explosive offensively.
We'll play defense, though, Coach.
Thank you. That's why the defense rests.
So, Coach, for the Kansas City Chiefs, Chris Jones, Frank Clark.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
We're going to rush that passer. Hey, and also bear this in mind now, and we won't know this until about midway during the season. How does the loss of Tyrann Mathieu affect that Kansas City Chief defense? Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, big factor, and he coordinated that defense. He held that secondary together. So how will that affect Kansas City? No question.
For the Raiders, Chandler Jones and Max Crosby.
Absolutely. And I'm noticing how you talking about the people that apply the pressure. So, yeah, the big thing, again, the defense rest. And I think you're bowling down the right alley, dog. Ain't no question. If I'm at the Chargers, you talking about Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, how they going to affect? Because let me tell you something. It ain't changed. The number one way you win in football is
affect the quarterback.
Ain't no question. In Denver,
Jamont Jones.
And that Bradley Chubb kid.
Yep.
Can they affect the quarterback in Denver? You look at the AFC West, yes, gunslingers and the defense rest. So again, who can stop somebody in that AFC West? That's gonna be paramount. No question about it, big guy.
Now, Coach, since we making all these pontifications on the AFC West, it kind of gets me thinking about. I'm really sick and tired of these predictions, but on top of that, I'm tired of these predictors.
Well, I'm just like you. I'm I'm sick of these dadgum predictors too, Slim. Everybody got all this. What's gonna happen and what's gonna happen? And you know something, Mildred. There are some of those guys, and I watch Get Up, and I watch the NFL Network and Total Access and all those. And there's some of them guys, Slim, that have paid their dues, that are articulate and informative. I tell you, I love that dude, Teddy Bruschi. Man, he's spot on correct. When he talks, he know what he's talking about. And he's articulate. He expresses himself well. I love Marcus Spears. I love
Shannon Sharp.
I thank you. I love Shannon Sharp. I tell you what, I listen to Bart and Hahn on ESPN radio, and I love that boy Bart Scott. Bart's deep, man, and he's articulate. He expresses himself well. On the other side of the coin is some of them dudes up there. They in that media because they know somebody.
Yep.
Okay, and that's got to be the only thing keeping them there. Because I listened to that boy Mike Tannenbaum go on and on and on. When I think of Mike Tannenbaum, two names come to mind: Vernon Golston and Mark Sanchez. Two first-round busts. Slim. In succession, partner. You hear me?
Yeah, back to back.
Succession.
Going back to back.
Yeah, Coach.
Yeah.
You know what I think? When you say Mike Mayock, Coach, when you say Mike Tannenbaum, I say Mike Mayock. What got me thinking of that, Coach? GM for the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm talking Colin Farrell and Josh Jacobs, Coach.
Yeah. And Slim, he went out on a limb on that big tackle from Alabama, Leathergood.
From Alabama.
And he can't play dead in a kung fu movie neither. Mm-hmm. But yeah, ain't no question. And that's why, and Slim, that's exactly why Mike Mayock and that boy Mike Tannenbaum, that's why they on TV right now and ain't in the action no more. Ain't in the business of making decisions that shaping rosters in the NFL. That's why, absolutely.
So, Coach, we done talked about what should happen.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what better happen.
All right, then.
As it pertains to the National Football League.
Okay.
Coach, Baker Mayfield better have a good season.
Yes, sir. Yes,
he
sir.
better have a good season.
Yeah, no, he better have a great season.
You better have a great season.
Coach, hey, well, and I give you that one, no question, because one thing for certain, his career's on the line, and Matt Rule's job is on the line.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so Tua better have a good year.
Brother, you speaking the gospel truth. Tua Tagovailoa better be the gospel truth. Because this much we know already, okay? You done put Teron Armstead as the left tackle. You went out and got the best tackle in free agency, brought him in. Okay, you went in and you brought a Tyreek Hill as the wide receiver, and they already had Jalen Waddle. They got that boy Cedric Wilson from the Cowboys. They put an all-star battery around him. All right. Listen, it ain't no secret. They know already he was not worth the 5th pick in the draft. They know that already. So now you trying to cover up your mistake by putting all that talent around him. But you're right. He better be the truth this year. Ain't no question.
Last but not least, Coach, Carson Wentz better have a good year.
That might be the best one you call.
I'm trying to fight on that one, Coach.
Look, drop the mic. Let me tell you something. Carson Wentz, 29 years old, and he on his 3rd team. 3rd team. So yeah. That better happen. I give you 3 more that better happen. The Seattle Seahawks better get them a quarterback, because you ain't no way on God's green earth you trying to go through a season with Geno Smith. Hold up. You in the NFC West, where 3 of your other opponents, I'm talking about San Francisco, I'm talking about Arizona, and the Super Bowl champion Rams went to the playoffs. And you trying to navigate through that with Geno Smith. Hell no. Hell no.
Hell no. To the no. Yeah, to the no.
Hell no. So hold on. So that better happen. The other thing that better happen, Dak Prescott. Hold up, dog. I'm going to tell you something, partner. You done lost Tyron Smith, your left tackle. Okay?
He done the season.
Hold up. And you paying Dak Prescott $40 million a year. Now, let me tell you what that $40 million means. That means you're talking about Tom Brady kind of money. And because you get that, you elevate everybody around you. Okay? When you talk about that, so I'm telling you something, partner. Oh, yes, sir, Bob Jackson. All right? That showed up better happen. Okay? All right. Yep. And the last one that better happen, Mike McCarthy better get them penalties straightened out. The most penalized team in the National Football League last season, the Dallas Cowboys, and that is a result of coaching. And you got Sean Payton just sitting back there going, yeah. So hey, Steph, I like that, dog. 3 things that better happen from you, 3 that better happen from me. Ain't no question.
Coach, it was a pleasure being in the studio with you again, man.
Always, bro. Always, man.
You ain't have to do me dirty like that with the PV thing. No, I'll tell you that right now. You ain't have to do that, Coach. You ain't have to do that. You ain't have to do that. You ain't have to do that.
Well, I tell you what. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Payday on Friday? Payday on Friday?
I'm not taking that bet. Bye, Coach.
And you went to school now. And finally, the headline in ESPN college football was, "Where are the black head coaches in the SEC?" Well, that's interesting. In a league that is fueled by the talent of the black athlete, currently there are none. But lest we get amnesia, while Nick Saban is a great head football coach, and he has done an excellent job at the University of Alabama, there was a time when the Crimson Tide of the University of Alabama turned away a Tuscaloosa native, an All-American at Alabama, won national championships as a player and a coach at Alabama under the great Paul Bear Bryant, for Mike Shula. Think about that as you ponder, where are the black coaches in the SEC? And hey, that's how I see it. 6 o'clock, straight up and down.
Man, where the brothers at, man?
Hey, man, Sylvester Croom, bro. Sylvester Croom was in the waiting room. And if justice was served, Sylvester Croom's supposed to be the head coach at the University of Alabama. There ain't no question. But you know what Richard Pryor said? You go down to the jail and you find just us.
You go down there looking for justice. That's what you find. Just us.
That's exactly what you find.
Just us.
Just us.
Ain't no question.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how we see it, and that's how it is.
That's how it is.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Do it again. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of HomeSpun Sports. Sports talk with a twist.
Just
Wisdom. Thank you so much, Bubba McDowell, for being our special guest. It was a pleasure to have you on the show, man. We love it whenever we have anybody from HBCU on the show. I really think it just blesses the channel. Coach, we look forward to a long and healthy relationship with you in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to be sure to check this episode out, not only on YouTube, but on iHeartRadio and Spotify for your listening and viewing pleasure. We want you to be the first people to get our content. It's all live, it's all for you, and it's all for real. Hit the like button, hit the comments, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Hey, Coach.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead and get up out of here, bro.
Hey, bro, ain't nothing but a word, dog. What he said.